Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. First things first, I've changed my eyebrow shape a little bit, just seeing how it goes. I've like shaved the tails off them, and I've done like a different shape. Don't know how I feel about them, we'll see. But I just wanted to try it because I'm sick and tired of this tail going down so much more than this one does. So yeah, that's a change. Also, my skin has broken out quite a bit, so please ignore all of this stuff going on, and my hair's hella greasy and stuffed full of dry shampoo. So all of that out the way, I know I look a bit of a mess. That's fine. Today I'm coming at you with a brand new eyeshadow palette review. I recently did one on an Urban Decay palette, so if you haven't seen that yet, I'll link it in the clickable I button up here. But today I'm doing one by a company that I'd never heard of before until recently. So the company is BeautyPower. They're a UK small business, but I kind of saw their ads on Facebook and I thought I'll give that a go because it looks like my kind of vibe. The palette I'm going to be testing out today is the Candy Fever palette. It looks so pretty just in the packaging, like it reminds me of my Primark highlighter one. And I've also got two neon liners to try out as well. One's a neon pink or like a hot pink, and one's a straight up white because I wanted to try them out. I have already swatched these before just to see what they're like, and with me rubbing at my hand and even like licking my finger and trying to rub it off, these didn't really budge. It took a while for me to like properly rub at them to get it off, so these I've got really high hopes for. And the eyeshadow like is really nice. This does come in its own little sleeve, but I'm not gonna lie, I can't get this out like properly. Like it's really hard to pull that out, and I have already opened this just to make sure all of the shadows were like intact. They did come quite well packaged. There was like a few different layers of bubble wrap on them, but one of the shades did get a little bit broken, just a tiny bit, so I ended up pushing that back in to try and like redo the pigment. So I'm just gonna be really careful. But these are the shades that you get with this palette. There's no shade names. I have lifted them out and it doesn't look like there's any shade names on the bottom, but it has a little mirror. Say hello to yourselves. Yeah, these colours look absolutely amazing. I think this is meant to be like a neon slash pastel palette, so obviously you've got like a pastelish colour there, but the rest of them I feel like are just straight up neon. I think they look absolutely lovely, and I don't really have any neon dedicated shadows. But yeah, so I'm really excited to try these out, like especially that pink and that orange I want to try out. This one came ever so slightly damaged, so I did kind of push that back in again. And this one is a little bit damaged as well, but not really too much. Like it's alright. I mean, I can work with them. But yeah, so I haven't really swatched these at all. I've swatched the eyeliners and that's literally it. These are refillable eyeshadows, and I'm not sure if they have done it yet, but they should do by the time I've uploaded this video, but they should already have restocked the refillable eyeshadows. So they are very eco-friendly. They're very much about reusing things and things like that. So far it seems like a decent company. I'm just hoping that the shadows kind of, bring justice to the company so far from what I've heard. And the fact that it comes with a mirror as well, like there's a fairly decent sized mirror, so you could really just do a lot with that. I'm not going to have to use my normal handheld mirror for this. I could just use the palette, which is quite fab. So, headband on, got my cat ears going. I've also got a new eye primer recently, and it's not by any means a new product, but it's one that I've wanted for so long, and I just never got around to buying it, even though it's not an expensive product. I think originally it's like £10, but I managed to get it on offer, so I was quite like lucky with that I just happened to go into the website at that point. But it is the P. Louise base. I got the shade 105 or 1.5, 0.5 I got. So the P. Louise base is like a tacky, really thick concealer type base, and this is the one that like Nikki's Tutorials used to rave about, like everyone on YouTube used to rave about, and I've never tried it before. I've since used it since I bought it, but yeah, I really like it, so I'm so glad that I finally got this, but a little does go a long way. I'm gonna do a few swatches of the eyeshadow first though. So I'm thinking I'm gonna swatch the neon orange, I'm going to swatch the neon green, the gold and the white. So I'm only going to do 4 swatches today. And a lot of these shades are matte, so I think you've got the orange, the pink, the pastel purple and the pastel green are matte. The darker purple looks like it's got a bit of shimmer in it, but I don't think that would be fully matte. But yes, and the rest of them are shimmers, so. The mattes don't typically swatch very well. Oh, I've just accidentally swatched the wrong one. Oh well, that's crumbly. The white is very crumbly so far. Okay, so I accidentally swatched the pink. I just completely forgot what I was doing. And I should have pulled my sleeve up first. Damn it. Okay, so there's the neon orange. I don't know how well these are going to come up on camera, but there's a neon orange. The pink hasn't swatched that well. That's like the neon pink, the middle shade. That hasn't swatched too great, but it is a matte, so they don't typically tend to swatch as well. I mean, the green looks nice, but again, it hasn't really swatched as opaque as I'd like it to, so maybe a sticky base will help with that. The white is very crumbly and very textured. But, oh, it's quite reflective though. I don't know how well you'll be able to see that. The white is very reflective. It's either like a white or a silver. I think it's more white. But that's probably going to have a lot of fallout, and I've still got quite a lot on my finger. And then the shimmery, like, goldy yellow shade. That looks a lot more yellow on the skin. So I'm wondering how that's going to look on the eyes. But in the pan, it does look a bit more gold. There we go. Yeah, I'm so happy about that orange. That orange is definitely going on my eyes. I want to try and use different shades as opposed to, like, mixing them all together on my eyes. So the Urban Decay palette review that I did, I wanted to use so many different shades, but I didn't really know what I wanted to do. So I kind of just like made a bit of a mess with it, and it looks like I've been punched in the eye. So I'm going to do like one eye different to the other. So I'm going to do two different looks. One of those looks will already be up on my Instagram account. I have got two Instagram accounts, but I mainly just link my main one. So I have Pinkie Pie 3Es69. I know. And then I have Serenade_arts. So if you want to go follow me there. I mainly do more makeup stuff on the Serenade Arts one. And the Pinkie Pie one is just kind of like my normal, like, personal one. I have a little friend here. Hello, mister. You're gonna sit next to mummy? Yeah. I'm just gonna quickly swatch the liners for you as well. So I got the shade 01, which is the white, I believe. Yep, the white. These seem quite liquidy, because obviously I have swatched these before, but just for now as well, I'll swatch these again. So they seem quite liquidy. They do like tend to sit in the cracks of your hand or like on your skin, but that's the white, so it will dry down to be like a bit more opaque looking, trust me, it will. And then I got the shade 11, which is this bright, like, it's kind of neon, kind of hot pink, but it's really nice as well. Again, it's quite liquidy, but not as liquidy, this one actually. This one's a little bit thicker, and that's the pink right there. So they do look really nice. They feel easy to apply already, like the applicator is quite nice. Right, so my eye is primed. I'm just doing the one eye right now because it's just easy to go back in to the other one later on. I'm thinking for this side, I want to have the orange in there. Like the orange, just it's going to blow my mind. I just know it is. I'm excited for it. So I'm going to do the orange on this eye, and on this eye I might do the purple, since there's two, I mean there's two purple shades and there's one like shimmery shade. So I might kind of do like an orange with like the goldy shimmer on my lids, and then do the purples with the purpley shade. That's what I think I'm going to do. There's also a green shimmer. Ooh, should I do orange and green? I'm gonna do orange and green. So I literally just kind of tapped in with that there, and that's how much has come off on the brush. So I'm a bit worried about fallout. I'm not saying anything yet. I'm not saying anything yet. When using the P. Louise base, I mean, I've watched so many people use it, so I kind of know how to use it already. But it's always, always, always better to stamp on and then blend out after. But I mean, I kind of do that anyway with my eyeshadow, so I'm used to doing that. I have two cats in front of me and two cats inside of me and one cat in front of me, so I'm out my nut with cats right now. Because of my new eyebrow shape, why not go a bit mental and wing that right out? Can you stop playing with my eyeliners, please? Thank you. I kind of want to just do like an all over lid shade with this. I'm going to put it all over my lid, and then I'm going to put the like shimmery yellow on top of that to try and like still make it look quite orange, but okay, I'm blown away by how much my eyeball looks like a highlighter right now. Like, I feel like I'm back in school doing an English class assignment or something, and I've just got my highlighter and grabbed a ham on a bit of paper. That's what I feel like right now. That's so bright. That's so pretty. Proof it's in the blending though. How well is that going to blend out? The blend, I typically tend to go between swiping motions and short, small circular motions, just depending on what I'm kind of getting with the colour. But with this, it's actually blending out okay, just doing the swiping motions. I think I'm going to Yeah, I've kind of brushed off a little bit of the colour there, so I'm just taking a tiny bit more on my brush just to blend that out again. Okay, so that's actually blended out fairly nicely. I've got a mirror here, same procedure as always. Got a mirror there, just so I'm looking over there. It is blending out quite nicely. It does look a slight bit patchy just there, but I don't know if that's just me and the way I'm seeing it or what. I think that's actually just me. I don't know if that's actually the shadows. I think that is just me. And on the lids, where I've kind of swiped at it a bit too much, it is coming off a tiny bit. But honestly, the pigment is there. I'm there for the pigment, and I've got no fallout on my face at all. So, like, what the hell? I'm impressed so far. I really am. I'm going to take this onto my lower lash line as well. There really isn't, like, much kickback at all, by the way, on the pan. Like, there's a tiny, tiny bit, but really not much at all. So those bits I'm just taking and then, like, using that as the eyeshadow on my eye. Okay, so when it's not on a sticky base, it's not looking as bright and powerful. It's almost looking a bit more like peachy under here, which I don't mind. But I think you definitely will need a sticky base for these shadows. Okay, so I look mental, but I'm loving this. I'm absolutely friggin' loving this. Okay, so I'm going to try out the yellowy shimmer. I feel like it's going to work better with my finger. I'm going to try it with the brush though and see how the pigment is for that. This isn't as crumbly as the white silver-ish colour is, but it is still like a bit textured. Oh my. Okay, when it's on the sticky base, it's stuck, like it's there. But when I go across the other shadow that I've already got on my eye, it's not coming out as much. So again, you need a sticky base for these. But actually, if you kind of keep layering it, it does work. Let me try that with my finger. Okay, so over top of it, like a dry base, so if you're putting it over top of shadows, it works about the same with your brush or your finger. So I would honestly just use a brush because it's a bit more precise that way. But my eye right now looks like a neon flame and I'm loving that. Like, that looks really pretty. I'm just going to take a tiny bit of that below my lash line as well. Yes. Yes. I've never done a neon eye look before and I'm in love with it. And then just in my inner corner and on my brow bone, I'm going to go ahead and use that white. And also, again, I'd like to add, I've got a tiny bit of fallout of the yellow shade there, but that's fine. I can just brush it off in a second. That white shade is blinding. Like, I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but it is so blinding. Obviously, because I shoot in natural lighting, I'm never quite sure how it's going to come off on camera. And there's also a bit of a miserable day. Like, the sun's going in and out. It's not very nice today. But that shade is so nice, actually. Like, I could imagine that as a really nice highlighter for, like, pale skin, because it is essentially just white. Yeah, that's a nice shade. That is nice. Like, that's really bright, really pigmented. It is quite crumbly, so, you know, you might have a bit of a difficult time with it on your, like, falling down and, like, being on your face and stuff, but I think it's okay. Like, it's fine. And on this eye, I'm going to use the white liner. This is probably where I'm going to muck it up. Like, this is probably going to go bad. I'm not going to use it for a wing, or should I use it for a wing? No. I'm going to, like, use it to kind of do a faux cut crease with it. This is probably going to turn out really bad. Sorry if you can't see what I'm doing, but I need to concentrate on this. My hand is shaking so much. Okay, so I'm really going with a light hand, so it's not coming off as white as what it will do, but if I go over it again, it will be whiter. I'm kind of glad it doesn't come out like really, really white immediately, because you can really build that up to be how you like it. And if you make any mistakes, it should be easier to correct. Okay, that doesn't look terrible. Doesn't look terrible. I'm going to try, this is where I'm really going to muck up, I'm going to try and just do like a little white dot at the end of that. That, I did it. Did it. I've got a dot. I've got a little white dot. Don't know if it looks any good, but I've got a little white dot. Little white dot. Okay, I just need to show you what my cat is looking like right next to me. Like, how am I meant to work in these conditions? Like, how cute is he? Okay, so that's the first eye look done. I'm not gonna say too much about how I feel about it until I've done my other eye. Let's go on to the next eye. So let me just quickly prime my eyelids. The P. Louise base, by the way, is really pigmented and it goes a long way, so you don't need much. Like, I literally just squeeze out like a tiny little bit, like a drop of water amount, like a tiny bit. Okay, that is my eye prime, so I'm gonna go in with the neon green. I mean, again, it's very pigmented. I'm hardly even like dipping in there. I'm like dipping and dragging and then I'm getting that much pigment out of it. Like, that's insane. Okay, that's bright. I don't think I've got any deliveries coming today, because could you imagine me opening the door like a literal peacock? Like, hi! Thanks for the post. This is applying so far really well again. I'm just going to do the same shape because of the fact it's like the same video, but I'm definitely going to be playing around with this a lot more, so any other like looks that I do in the meantime will definitely be up on my Instagram accounts, because I feel like I'm going to have so much fun with this palette. Like, you've got 9 shades in here, so you wonder like how much fun can you actually have, but I can have a lot of fun with this palette. Like, and I'm basically doing like a one shade kind of lid look. Obviously I'm doing a shimmer, but this would just be really cool to put all over your lids and leave it at that. Can you tell I've never owned neon shadows before? And this is what I mean by like colours don't swatch as well on your hand when, like, because I mean if you look at that green on my hands compared to my eyes, like it's completely different. Like that looks kind of more pastel-y, doesn't look as neon, it looks a bit more like a kind of green grass shade, but this is neon green. Like that looks so much nicer. The orange swatched really well, and if I didn't blend it out as much, like it probably would have been a bit more intense, like if I kept layering on the colour. But for the green, it doesn't show up well as a swatch, and it's just some formulas are like that, and there's nothing else you can really do about it, so I don't like basing my judgment on a swatch. I always try to do it by how it actually looks on the eye and when applied. With these shadows, I definitely will say use a wet base, so concealer was fine, or if you just kind of put foundation all over your eyelids, just don't set your eyelids with powder, and if you do wax, just put a little bit more on top, but a wet base is definitely the way to go with this. But yeah, so far these are going really, really well. And this green shade as well is blending a little bit easier than the orange did. I still don't know if that's just my eyes and like how I'm looking at it, but if it looks a bit patchy there, but over here there's no patchiness at all. Okay, and just putting this on my lower lash line. It's probably going to be the same thing where it's not as bright, but we'll see. Yeah, you definitely need a sticky base, at least for the green. You definitely need one because that's not really showing up much at all. I mean, it's showing up, but nowhere near as it should. Okay, and I'm just going to use the same brush again, going with the shimmery green shade, which I haven't even swatched yet. Again, I'm assuming it's going to work better with the finger, but with that one working kind of the same either way. I don't know, I'm kind of unsure now. Oh, that's a bit more bluey than I thought it would be. I mean, it makes sense, it's kind of like a teal. I mean, again, on the sticky base, it seems to have applied fine with the brush. Over the powdery part, the green part, it doesn't look as pigmented. So with the finger, yeah, with the finger it looks better when it's a dry base. With the sticky base, it looks better when it's, well, it looks the same, I think, either way. I'm so impressed. So impressed. There are other ways that you can make kind of shimmer eyeshadows a bit more pigmented, so you could use like a different sort of brush that typically grabs a lot more of the shimmer. Like highlight brushes, for example, like they're made slightly different with like more coarser fibres or like hairs, to really grab that shimmer and like that pigment. Another way is to use like some setting spray or even just some water, but that can probably ruin things, so I wouldn't really recommend it. But if you put a bit of setting spray on your brush, either before or after you pick up the eyeshadow, it goes right on there, like it stays really pigmented. But these shadows don't need it. Just using that same white again to highlight my inner corner and my brow bone. Okay, I'm in love with these. Let's do that white eyeliner. And cry when it doesn't come out even. Where did I put it? There. Okay, so let's ignore the fact that they're not entirely even. When my eyes are like this, they look alright. But when I do that, just because I've got hooded eyelids, they look absolutely terrible. So let's ignore that. I'm going to be like this for the remainder of the video, really. I'm just going to do a little bit of black liner just to go along my lash line and put on some lashes as well. And I'll be right back with you. Okay guys, so I'm back with a liner and a lash. These are just the TL22s from the Tati Lashes. I'm not a huge fan of these, but honestly they're just the only ones that are nearby me. I also got lash glue on my eyelids, so I keep sticking to myself. Let me see if I can just correct that. Right, just put a bit more eyeshadow on top of that to like get rid of the stickiness, but these are coming off as soon as I've done a picture anyway. So yeah, here are the looks with the neon orange and the neon green / shimmery teal sort of shades. Honestly, I'm absolutely in love with these eyeshadows. I've never owned neon shadows before, and I'm excited to try out the rest of the palette. Like, I want to see what else I can do with this palette. I think the packaging is lovely. Like, I think it's great. And this palette at full price is $24.99. However, BeautyPower are always running offers. And now that I've tried out the palette and I feel comfortable enough to kind of endorse this brand, a really exciting announcement is that I am actually an affiliate with this brand. So if you use the link in the description box below, or if you use the code Serena15, I'll put that on the screen, you can get yourself 15% off. Now that is an affiliate link, an affiliate link and an affiliate code. So if you do end up using that on your order, then I do get like a tiny bit of commission. I believe it's like 10% commission, excluding VAT and shipping. But it's up to you. Like, do you want to save money? Like, I know I do. So yeah, I'll have the link down below for like the website and obviously my code. So I am actually happy to endorse this brand. I didn't want to like straight away say, oh yeah, I'm affiliated to this brand, because like I didn't know what the shades were like, I didn't know what the pigmentation was like, I didn't really know much about the products themselves, so I wanted to make sure I tried them out first before I even like started saying buy these, because I'm not going to sit here and like promote a shit product, I'm just not. But I've tried them out, and I mean, you saw how they applied. Like, I'm not putting any trickery, like you saw that. Like, hello, look at these eyes, like they look absolutely stunning. BeautyPower do offer like a wide range of things, so like a load of different eyeshadows, different shadow palettes, and I said earlier that they're doing like refillable pans to be very eco-friendly. This packaging is cardboard and it is recyclable. They're a cruelty-free brand, they're UK based. Their delivery is actually quite good as well. They do a lot of offers on delivery, so say for example, standard delivery, if your order is over £25, it's free, and I think next day if it's ordered £40, delivery is free. And either way, delivery is very cheap and it is very quick. I'm not 100% sure about international delivery or anything like that, but all the information is easily found on their website. The prices are reasonable, they regularly run offers, and they're a really good brand from what I've seen so far. They do eyeshadow, makeup, some lipsticks, biodegradable glitter. They are a really new brand, so the stuff that they offer at the moment is a little bit limited, but they do offer like a wide range. So if you're into your colours, and especially those neon liners, like if you're into your bright colours and your neons and like just your quirky makeup, go ahead and check it out. I mean, I'm going to be shopping with them a lot more now that I know that they're actually a company. Like, they are quite new, and I'm going to be using this palette, especially the Candy Fever palette, for until I'm sick of it. Like, there's so many nice shades in here, and those neon liners, I can't wait to do just a simple like hot pink, neon pink winged eyeliner with like dramatic lashes and like a black lip or something. Like, I'm so ready to introduce neon into my life. Yeah, sorry for the rant. I'm just excited. Like, it's my first affiliation on my YouTube channel. They don't know that I'm filming this video, by the way. Like, I'm not getting paid to make this video at all, so please, like, this isn't a sponsorship, this isn't an ad. I'm not getting paid to do this, and they don't know that I'm doing this. But obviously if I am an affiliate or an ambassador or whatever you want to call it, like, I'm gonna speak about their products. But it doesn't mean that I'm not being genuine. I wouldn't sit here and say this product was good or that this brand is good if I didn't believe it. I'm not gonna lie. And like I said, you saw how these shadows applied, you saw how they look, you saw how they blend out. Like, it's up to you if you buy something from a brand. I personally will be, and like I said, if you want to save a bit of money, I have got a code and a link and all that stuff that you can follow, but it's up to you ultimately what you do with your money. I'm just giving you my opinion, so do what you want to do. Just making it clear that they're not paying me to make this video, and they don't know I'm making the video either, but I am an approved affiliate, ambassador, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so I'm actually quite a few videos behind. I've been like pre-filming quite a lot, and I've still got another 2 videos to go out before this one, so I'm going to give out like 2 comment shout outs in this one. So the first comment on my pros and cons of bright coloured hair video, that was Nikita. She said hashtag McDonald's suck, and I agree on the employment front, but nuggets though, quarter pounders though, pickles though, like, yes. And then the video after that, which is the Urban Decay Full Spectrum palette review. The first comment on that was Jordan. Love you so much too, Jordan. Thank you for watching. So yeah. Those are the 2 comments for like my most recent videos. I'm doing 2 comment shout-outs because I've got another 2 videos to go up before this one. So if I keep pre-filming, I'm gonna have so many different videos behind me to like catch up on. So guys, that's a video for you today. What do you think of this look? What do you think of the palette? And how often do you wear neon shadows? And why don't you wear them more? Because now that I've got this, I will be wearing them a hell of a lot more. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.